So here I grabbed some cheap makeup sponges that I got from the dollar store and kind of cut them up so that there's no straight edges. That gives it more of a natural look when you're trying to sponge on the alcohol ink. So here I slowed down the video in real time so you can see exactly how I'm dabbing on my alcohol ink. There's really no specific technique or like rhyme or reason, just dabbing it on and adding more alcohol ink as I go. This technique is pretty repetitive, so you'll see a few times throughout the tutorial I'll speed up the camera and then I'll slow it back down whenever I need you to see a specific part, but it's a lot of repetitive motion. You're just dabbing on the alcohol ink, switching up your colors, going back in with alcohol ink, and just repeating that process. Here in just a moment, you're gonna see me spray my sponge with that pink bottle. That's just pure rubbing alcohol. It's 91% rubbing alcohol. It actually lightens the color of the alcohol ink. So when I'm trying to blend these colors, I like to use the alcohol only when I spray it on the sponge. And it kind of lightens that area and helps blend the colors together. Now I'm going in a second time with my colors to help blend even more. For this one, I use the exact same technique. So for both tumblers, I went ahead and added a layer of epoxy over my dried alcohol inks. Once that epoxy was dry, I came in with a third layer of alcohol ink. This is gonna help saturate those colors even more and blend them out even more. Now we're ready to apply our glitter. On this cup, I used a precision tip applicator that I got off of Amazon. I will link this in the description box. My purchase came with several bottles, several different sized bottles, and different sized applicator tips. I really like how thin these lines came out. On the next clip, you'll see me use a different tip, and it provides a little bit thicker lines, so maybe a little bit different look. It just depends on what you're going for, but I really liked both of them. You can see here I did have a problem with this one clogging, but it was probably just my Mod Podge. I think if you were to use a brand new container of Mod Podge and put in these little applicators, I don't think you would have a problem with it clogging. This is just from the pieces that get stuck in your Mod Podge container and that are dried, and they end up in the tip of the applicator. So if you have a brand new container of Mod Podge, you probably won't experience this. For this step, I had just gotten in my fast set from Artistry Epoxy, so I knew I wanted to use it right away. So I put about 30 milliliters of epoxy on this cup here, and I literally could take this off the turner and handle it in 2 hours. It was perfectly dry. There is no odor, and this fast set is UV resistant or UV protectant, so you can actually use this in your final layers of epoxy. So in your final coat. I'm in love with the final product. It is so pretty and it is so glass-like. You'll see a discount code in the description box of this video as well. For both tumblers, I ended up doing 2 final coats and they were finished. They came out so pretty. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and be sure to check me out on TikTok. I am going to be giving away one of these tumblers in my giveaway.